Hello, Internet.
Hello.
Uh, this is Isaac Bont. I'm the marketing director for St. Croix Festival Theater. And
And I am Jason Richards. I am the executive artistic director at St. Croix Festival Theater.
yes, here we are on the Internet
Yeah.
having an interview.
Having an interview meeting. Yes.
Yeah. As we've announced today, we're having a live streamed staged reading of The Princess and the Players
Yes.
by yours truly, Jason Richards. Not yours true. Well, I don't know. Him.
Not, not truly.
By him.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to give a quick interview with Jason since Jason wrote the play.
Right.
Um, so, Jason, here are a couple questions.
Ooh.
Can you tell me what The Princess and the Players is about?
Ah, it is. It's a play within a play. First of all, so we start out with a princess who is having trouble being a friend, learning how to share, not being self centered. She's struggling with that. And so um, her mother, the queen, arranges that a group of players, these actors, come to the castle to put on a play for her. And during the course of this play, she learns about what it means to be a friend and think of others and learn how to share and put others before herself. Even though she is very important as a princess, she learns that that lesson applies to all. And so we see a play within the play. And so if you're an actor in the show, you play someone outside of the play and then someone in the play. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to let it have another life. You know, it's been a while since it's been on stage. It's taken several different uh, types of lives on, I guess. You know, it was first staged. Do you want me to tell you all this? You want to know this kind of stuff?
It's great. Great.
I'll just keep talking and you can stop me. It was first staged, I believe, in 2015. I wrote it in 2014. I wrote it for the Texas Shakespeare Festival. In 2015, it was the 30th season. So I wanted to write a play that celebrated Shakespeare. Shakespeare is a character in the play. And celebrated theater itself and what it means to be an artist and transformative properties that a play can have on its audience. And so I wanted to talk about that. So that's sort of how the idea was born out of that. And so in the writing of it, I liberally took a lot of Shakespeare lines and quotes and plot devices to create, you know, the princess and the players.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely noticed a lot of Midsummer Night's Dream in
Yes,
there,
let me
especially.
scream. Yeah.
Well, that has a play within a play,
Yeah,
so
because it has to
I
play within
get
a
it.
play, and there's actors in that. There's also a lot of Hamlet in there too. If you know all the fighting at the end,
That's
that's
right.
taken a lot from Hamlet. In fact, there's a character named Osric in the play who was also in Hamlet. And at the end of Hamlet, Osric is the one who sort of judges the duel at the end of Laertes and Hamlet. So it's sort of the same thing in Princess and the Players.
Right. Well, when I read it, it's got these Shakespearean lines in it, but it's also a children's play. So it seemed to me like this is an excellent tool to be sharing Shakespeare with children,
Yeah,
but also being a silly, fun show.
sure,
And not that Shakespeare isn't silly and fun,
sure. Yeah,
but I found that very interesting
yeah,
when we
cool.
read it. With the Texas Shakespeare Festival, what was the play used for, anyways?
Uh, well, every year, you know, basically it's sort of changed over the years, but basically that there's four shows in the summer season and then a children's show, so a fifth show. They've now added a sixth show as well, but the fifth show is generally a children's show, and so. every year the TSF hires intern actors who play very small roles, perhaps not even a speaking role in the other four shows, but then those intern actors are the leads in the children's show. And so every year we tend to hire five guys and two girls because we're doing Shakespeare and there's a lot more male parts in these shows. And so we hire five guys and two girls. And so I knew when in writing the play that I had seven actors to work with, and I couldn't have more and I couldn't have less. So I had to write a play for seven people. There may be more characters in the play, but that means someone's going to have to double, and that has to work out to only need seven people. So that's sort of a blessing and a curse. It kind of puts you in a box to sort of write your way out of it, but it also limits what you can do. So it makes it a little easier, but it also limits what you can do. So it makes it a little harder.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Do you remember like a struggle you had with that specific limitation when you were writing the play?
Uh, Not for this particular play. It didn't. It seemed to work out okay. There are actors in this play who double and play different characters,
Mm.
but that's sort of the fun, I think, and part of the challenge of the actor to you're in a singular play and you're playing three to four different characters, and how are those characters different from the other characters you're playing? So I find that fun to do, and I find it fun to write for that as well.
Cool. You know, here we are doing The Princess and the Players,
Hmm.
a live stream staged reading of it. Uh,
Yeah.
6 years later since you wrote it, what is it like to re-explore this show very quickly?
Uh, uh, it was great. It was great to remember it. It was great to remember the process of sitting down to write it, and the idea, and the I guess the process of putting it on stage for the first time. It's one of the only shows that I've written that I've directed more than once with time in between it, and so this will be the third time really that I've directed it with again time in between it. So clearly I'm different now than when I wrote it, and I'm different now than the second time I directed it. So just seeing it again, I see different things in it this time, and as a playwright, I look at it and go, "Oh, this is totally wrong. Well, why did I do this? Why did I make it like that? I need to be changing that." But uh, I could do that with any of the plays that I've written. You can go back and read it and go, "Oh, clearly this should say this or this should be this." But at some point, you just have to let it be the artwork that it is, and not try to edit it or judge it based on new eyeballs
Hmm.
and new thoughts, and just let it be what it was in that moment, and that's okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, as of right now, we don't have official details as to when this will be released. We're saying
Sure.
this weekend,
Yeah.
sometime, and we
Sometimes.
have our first rehearsal slash first recording tomorrow.
Correct.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Yeah,
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
excited to see different actors play these parts to see what they bring to the characters. That's
Right.
always fun to see.
Yeah, and a different medium for
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
for
different
a
media.
different time.
Yes, yes. How will this play, live on camera? As a reading that will be different.
Right.
We'll
Okay,
find.
Jason. Well, anything else you want to say to our audience before we
No, thanks for
bounce?
coming today. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope you are surrounded by friends and family. Well, probably not surrounded because we're kind of isolated, but I hope that you have thoughts of friends and family around you while you're watching this.
Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
very
And I
good.
see Banjo.
Hey, there's my dog, Banjo.
Yeah, there's your friends and family.
Okay, well, thank you all for tuning in, and we
Yeah,
hope that you'll
enjoy the
tune in
show.
for our show.
Yeah, hope
All
so.
right.